because you sold me. Because you sold me. As it pertains to the portion of FBA lineage that did come to the Americas from the transatlantic slave trade, yeah, the moment that transaction was made between you and the colonizers to sell us, again, I'm speaking for the portion of us that came through the transatlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? I'm not speaking for the portion of us at this moment who were aboriginals. Yeah, as it pertains to that part of us, yes, you sold us. You sold us out of Africanity. So, therefore, no longer African. The moment that happened, that was retired. See, I look at the principle of things. I ain't trying to hear nothing about the DNA and all that is controversial. All that stuff is kind of muddy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. Once that transaction was made, we were no longer African. Okay? Our ancestors that did come through the slave trade, once that transaction went down, it was over. It's a wrap for that. You know what I'm saying? And then became American once we began building America. You understand? So no. That's how that works with me. I'm saying, and I'm speaking in ancestral terms, right? In ancestral terms. Because, you know, due diligence. I treat everybody on a case-by-case basis, and not everybody is a tether. All right, a tether is somebody who comes from one place to undermine the people of another place, all right, or to disrespect or misrepresent the people of another place. You know what I'm saying? That's what a tether is, all right? But, yeah, in ancestral terms, no, the ones who made that transaction with the colonizers, those are our ancestral enemies. Get nothing twisted, because there's a spiritual aspect to delineation too. No. Ancestrally, as it pertains to the portion of FBA lineage, listen to what I'm saying carefully. As it pertains to the portion of our lineage that did come through the transatlantic slave trade, those were our enemies who sold them. You feel me? And 90% of those who came into slavery from Africa, 90% of those were transactions between the colonizers and the African chiefs, whatever have you. 90% of that. That's how 90% of the slaves were attained. All right. It wasn't, you know, them running up and kidnapping and beating you over the head. You know what I'm saying? And saying, yeah, get on this boat. No. No, it was transactional. And it also wasn't just, you know, one tribe selling another tribe that they were at war with and selling the prisoners of war to the European. No. That part is true too, but it was also intercommunal, if you will. Long story short, people of one tribe selling members of their own tribe as well. So however you look at it, however you want to cut it, that shit is cooked. That shit cooked. Far as brother like me identifying as African, knowing stuff like that, like I said, I look at the principle of it. Once that transaction went down, we were sold out of Africanity. That was it. And now, as for that 4% that came through the transatlantic slave trade to North America, they became American once they began building America. Blood, bones, sweat, tears in the soil. Yeah. It don't get no more American than that. Fighting in every war. It don't get no more American than that. You understand? Making the United States of America the economic superpower that she is. It don't get no more American than that. Do you understand? Being the moral base for America's prosperity and her right to and her nerve to even say that she's the moral capital of the world. Yeah, that's because you had some moral people up under you. You understand? Forcing you to do right. You know what I'm saying? Getting you to recognize some damn humanity. You feel me? It don't get no more American than that. But nah, man, as far as like I said, as far as that portion of FBA lineage that did come from Africa, no. Because you sold me. I'm gonna keep on saying it. You sold me. You understand? My ancestors ain't forget that. My ancestors that did come through that way, they ain't forget that. And I ain't forgetting that. And you ain't forgetting it neither, because you making money off of the fact that you sold us now. With the Elmina Castle and the tours and the slave dungeons and all of that. And when we go there, we got to pay to see it. Ain't that crazy? No, man. No. Nah, man, that's all right. And yeah, we got to go at it with the white tees here. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I like to say we've been beefing with our roommates for a long time. We ain't got the best relationship with our roommates, and we got to kick some ass from time to time. But that's all good, because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to. But yeah, nah. And it ain't like nobody tried to come back and grab us neither. It'd be different if it was a circumstance like, look, we had to do that at the same time. But we had to do that at the time because the Europeans had to drop on us. You know what I'm saying? But we had planned to come back. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we actually did look up so-and-so and so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? He led a fleet like he was coming through deep like Abu Bakari, but he wasn't trying to discover. He was trying to go to war. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now it wasn't no shit like that. It wasn't, Joker said, all right, thank you, Mr. White Man. You have a nice life. Damn. All right. So yeah, nah, man. No self-respecting person would respect or honor somebody that sold them into the trauma that we had to face here. You know? Nah.